Hello and welcome! No Banless Modern Time, Gauntlet of Greatness in the second round. We are currently in Group C, the group of decks that are only kind of sort of Magic decks. This match in particular is not exactly Magic the way Richard Garfield intended. It's the Eggs combo deck versus the Dredge combo? The Dredge Menace, how about? And yet somehow I find myself cheering for Dredge. At least it does its thing kind of quickly and bizarrely and coolly, and the Eggs deck is such an intricate, precise, many clicks combo. But you know what? It won a Modern Pro Tour. It got itself banned. Welcome to the tournament, Eggs deck. Let's look at these and see what's going on. So here's the Eggs deck. The quote-unquote Eggs, it's funny. So there used to be these cards back in Odyssey, like Darkwater Egg and Dragon Blood. I forget what the name of the cycle is, but they were 2-mana artifacts that for 1 and tap it, you could get some 2 mana. So it was a cantrip, kind of like Chromatic Star and Chromatic Sphere, where you would spend mana, get a card, and get the mana back that you spent. So you would essentially chain through these things at mana neutral, dropping them all into the graveyard, where you could then bring them back with Second Sunrise. Okay, well, the Eggs have been outclassed by things like Spell Bombs and Baubles and Conjurer Star, Chromatic Sphere. Oh, by the way, the Eggs, they're not even legal in Modern anymore, but that doesn't matter. That's just where the name comes from, is you break all of these eggs to get your mana back and to draw cards, and then Lotus Bloom gives you the mana to cast Second Sunrise or Face Reward, bring everything back into play, loop through this, drawing 5, 7, 10 cards at a time. Eventually you draw your entire library and slowly, painfully kill somebody with a Pyrite Spellbomb. Yep, that is the deck. This is actually I think this is the only deck that ever got itself banned just due to like tournament logistics and boredom and 20-minute turns and extra turns taking forever. And like the turn where the Eggs deck goes off, it's just super long and super annoying to the opponent to just sit and watch for 15 minutes or whatever. The power level of the deck, you could make a case that the power level of the deck was high enough to get the deck banned anyway. I mean, it did win a Pro Tour and then win a Grand Prix. But I feel like the logistics of those just crazy long turns were what put it over the top. Meanwhile, the Dredge deck has never actually fully been legal in Modern, and it's not as good as the Dredge decks in some of the other Eternal formats. I mean, Vintage, obviously, you get Bazaar Baghdad, but even in Legacy and Vintage, in both those formats, you get, it's just easier to sacrifice things. You get Cabal Therapy, which lets you sacrifice a creature and trigger your Bridge from Below. So, big picture, like the Legacy and Vintage versions of the deck, the goal is to use the Dredge mechanic with Grave Troll and Stinkweed Imp to just fill up your graveyard. You've got a bunch of extra ways to, quote, draw a card, which really means dredge. Faithless Looting does it for 1 mana. Dangerous Wager is hilarious. It both discards your hand to get the dredge creatures into the yard and then lets you dredge twice. Just crazy, terrible draft common that works out to be amazing in exactly this context. Tormenting Voice, pretty similar. 2 mana, discard the Dredger, then draw 2 cards. Simian Spirit Guide and Chrome Mox for acceleration. Once you do dredge everything into the graveyard, it's Dread Return, sacrificing 3 creatures to bring back Flamekin Zealot to give all of the zombies haste. Because you don't have as many free creatures or as many sacrifice outlets, this version of the deck will often take a side trip through Dread Returning Sphinx of Law's Truths, drawing 3 cards to dredge the rest into the graveyard to set up the finally lethal Dread Return. Anyway, 2 crazy decks. Dakmor Salvage here can actually get Bloodghast back in a pinch. Bloodghast can come into play for free if you have a land drop. There you go. Dredge versus Eggs. This, I don't know, it's kind of a close matchup. Like, I think the Eggs deck is very good at winning on turn 4. It's capable of winning faster than that, but it has to gamble to get there. Meanwhile, the Dredge deck is capable of winning. I mean, it's probably capable of winning on turn 1. I don't know how realistic that is, but it is realistically going to win. It can win on turn 2, and when it does its thing, I think it should win on turn 3. So it's faster, but it's a lot less consistent.
Agreed.
We'll find out. I'm hosting a match, Shadow. Come fight me.
All right. I look forward to this. I will see you on the other side.
All right, yeah, I will mute Shadow, and we can talk more after. Let's do it. Ah, lost the die roll. It's actually kind of a big deal. I mean, it's my turn 4, gives him 4 turns. Obviously, I have to mulligan this. I have no lands. If he keeps, we're in trouble. Oh, he kept 7. We're in trouble. Wow, I still have no lands. I mean, I do have the Lotus Bloom. I can't keep 0. Wow, can't I? So I'm on the draw. I get a scry and a draw step. I have Lotus Bloom. I have Faith Reward. Oh my god, I might keep 0 lands. Like, if I find a single land, almost all my land but 1 taps for blue. So I have 2 cards. I have the scry and a draw step to find blue mana, and then I'm off to the right. I actually think I keep this. I'm going to keep 0 lands. It's the only planes in the deck. I only play 1. Oh, I guess I have to keep it. I can blow a Chromatic Star for blue mana on turn 2 and start pondering and preordaining. Hilarious. It's literally the only planes in the deck. That's funny. Hey, at least it was a land. All right, what you got? Faithless Looting, Simian Spirit Guide, 2 mana Tormenting Voice. Ah, so good. Discards the Stinkweed Imp and then draws 2. So the first one is obviously going to be Dredging Stinkweed, and he missed. He's going to have to draw a real card. So he failed to dredge a Dredger. Did get a Narc Amoeba. But yeah, failing to dredge a Dredger is less than ideal. But I mean, it happens. It definitely is a thing that happens all the time. And it means his draw step is going to be a normal card too. We fixed the match score. Eggs has not, in fact, won. This is the first game of the real match. Eggs did win the practice match, which is, I thought, a bit of an upset, but that's what happened. All right, we draw the planes we put on top. And here is Sphere. Okay, he has to draw a normal card. Now what's he got? I mean, any kind of Dangerous Wager, Tormenting Voice type card is probably good for him here. He'll need to, if he gets to 3, he can flashback Faithless Looting. But that one is draw, then discard, so it's actually... I mean, it's nice that it's cheap, but it's less effective in this deck than Dangerous Wager or Tormenting Voice, where you get to discard the card first. Did I draw Lotus Bloom and forget to suspend it? Oh my god, I forgot to spend my Lotus Bloom. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry, I get all wrapped up in what he was doing, and now we've given him an extra turn. Alright, what have we found? Land, second Sunrise. So, I like the second Sunrise. Yeah, I mean, I kept the opening draw because it had the suspend. Like, the whole reason I kept the 0 land hand is the fact that I could suspend Lotus Bloom on turn 1. Like, I had my plan all figured out, but then between the time I kept the draw and actually got my first turn, he did a bunch of stuff, and I just forgot what I was doing. I think I want the second Sunrise. I don't really want all these lands, but maybe the Ghost Quarter, so, like, I can draw Ghost Quarter, use it, shuffle away Hallowed Fountain. I think is the way I play this. The super secret truth here is that I'm rooting for the Dredge deck. I'm more wrapped up in what the Dredge deck can do than I am in optimizing my own play. All right, he's up to 3 mana. Is he just on Flashback Faithless Looting? Man, that is not super exciting. Because it's not dredging, right? It's just drawing 2 cards natural and then putting dredgers in the yard. So he's got 2 dredgers in his yard now. I mean, I could Ghost Quarter to shuffle away. I have a Hallowed Fountain on top of my library, which I don't want. I want more cantrips at this point. So I could Ghost Quarter to shuffle, or I could just scry through it. Yeah, I kind of want to use my Ghost Quarter on my second Sunrise turn. I feel like I'm unlikely to die next turn. Man, yeah, this suspend thing is annoying. So I really should. I am set up for a turn 4 kill, I think. I'm just going to preordain my way through those cards, through the Hallowed Fountain. Find the Chromatic Sphere. Draw. I kind of want to ponder this turn. Thing is, it's going to be super hard for me to win without. I'm not winning without that Lotus Bloom in the loop. So I can ponder next turn because I can't win next turn. Yeah. All right. Fine. All right, now here's Tormenting Voice. So he dredged with his draw step. He dredges with the Tormenting Voice. He gets to draw 2, so he dredges a couple Narcomoebas. Yeah, kill me this turn so I don't have to feel bad about punting the turn 1 suspend. He should have everything here, right? He's got multiple Dread returns. He's got multiple bridges. Does he have anything good to... Yeah, he's got the Flamekin Zealot. Yeah, he just wins. This is just Dread return for Flamekin Zealot, sacking 3 Narcomoebas to make, I believe, 9 zombies, and I'm dead. And I don't get a turn 4. You see this, right? This is just Dread. You've just got it. This is just Dread return, sacking 3 Narcomoebas to get the Flamekin Zealot, and then attack for like 30.
Yeah, I was just doing the math, but then I just saw that I had a third one, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
I was trying to decide if I had to do anything
makes it not
impressive.
close.
Yep.
You saved me because I had punted. I literally forgot to exile Lotus Bloom on the first turn. So my turn 4 kill was actually a turn 5 kill. I'm glad that it didn't matter.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Good enough. You can.
Yeah, I'll let you go through the motions just so people can. I'll let you go through the motions just so people can see how this works.
Sure.
All right, muting him again. Yeah, I mean, if the game wasn't over, I would start figuring out how to yield to these every time, but you have to yield to each bridge separately, so. Many zombies, and then the Flamekin Zealot comes out. Flamekin Zealot's ability gives them all +1/+1, and crucially, haste. So there you go. I've actually seen some of the vintage lists are starting to play Dragonlord Kolaghan instead of Flamekin Zealot. Dragonlord Kolaghan also gives all your creatures haste. It does not give them +1/+1, but it is a big flyer, so I think Flamekin Zealot works out better just because it is the +1/+1 actually matters more than like 6/6 versus 2/2 or 6 power versus 2 power, but Flamekin's really 3 power, so it's like you get 3 power for free, but you don't give +1/+1. I think Flamekin is still better. Maybe there's like some crazy moat scenario where you actually care about flying, but yeah, you need something to give all the zombies haste, and then there you go. That's the kill. So Dredge takes game 1. Now, Ensnaring Bridge beats his deck if it sticks. Nihil Spellbomb beats his deck if I need to blow up his graveyard at a crucial time. Echoing Truth can both bounce all the zombies if he's combo killing me like that, and also he has Chalice of the Void in his sideboard, and Chalice for 1 would just own me. Mental Misstep doesn't particularly do anything versus him. Then it's a question about what my other 2 cards are. I mean, I think I can get rid of an Elsewhere Flask since I have a Nihil Spellbomb, and so I'm sort of in the same spot for artifacts, although Chalice maybe means it's not Elsewhere Flask I get rid of. It's probably a 1 magic I get rid of. They're just all better. Fine. Get rid of a 1 mana artifact. And then I'm just going to shave a Preordain. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to cut a Reshape, or I definitely don't want to cut one of these 8. I want to keep my cantrips and my lands constant, so yeah, just shave a Preordain. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, there is actually a moat in Vintage Super League, and I play against Kai. So he could actually moat me and make me wish I had Kolaghan instead of Flamepin Zealot. I mean, it's a little slow, and he's going to use his Enlightened Tutors on Rest in Peace rather than moats, but it is true that I'm playing Dredge in Vintage Super League this set, and I'm playing against a guy who has a moat in his deck. All right. We have Ensnaring Bridge, we have Second Sunrise. Man, does this just beat him? I mean, I guess I can't dump my entire hand, but like if I get down... I do have Preordained Second Sunrise, so it's the only thing this draw is missing is cantrips, the cantrip artifacts, but I have a million of those. I don't have a Lotus Bloom either. This draw is not ideal. I guess I need to figure out how good that Ensnaring Bridge actually is against him. Like, what would he have brought in to beat me? He could bring in Abrupt Decay, Nature's Claim, right? If he brought in sideboard cards to blow it up, he has them. But it's a 1-of, so I don't even know if he would. I'm going to keep. This is not a great draw, but it does have a Preordain. It does have mana. It does have a Second Sunrise. I'm going to keep. I wish it had a Lotus Bloom. But basically any spells that I draw are good. I just need to not draw lands. Okay. Reshape can get me the Lotus Bloom. I don't think I want a Second Sunrise now because I don't have any artifacts, but I do think I want the ability to reshape into Lotus Bloom. In particular, I can sit behind Ensnaring Bridge and then reshape Ensnaring Bridge into Lotus Bloom. It's certainly a direction this game could play. All right, he's got Faithless Looting. What's going on? He has to draw, then discard, so not perfect, but it's the same thing Bizarre Baghdad does. Oh, all he's got is Dakmor Salvage. It's only Dredge 2. Dakmor Salvage is not the most exciting Dredge card. It does trigger the Bloodghast, though, which is why I wanted a couple on the list. I don't know. I advised the builder. All these decks are submitted by viewers. Rashad Miller, who's the guy who is the producer for Grand Prix coverage that I work with all the time when I do coverage for Wizards Grand Prix. He's the designer for this Dredge deck. You know, I talked to him about it a little bit. Okay, there's Lotus Bloom. Well, I'm going to suspend it. Won't get it till turn 5, but we might get there. I can also just... Oh, this is totally a Ghost Quartering game, isn't it? Yeah. Bring the hate. You have no basics. Good luck to you, sir. I just want to slow this game down. Now I'll give myself time for this Lotus Bloom to suspend. Give myself time to draw into cantrips. All he's dredging is Dakmor Salvage, so I feel pretty good about that. He dredged a Sphinx. Cantrips, please. Thank you. It's funny. There's some value. Okay. He dredged for Narcomoeba Bridge off that salvage. But now he's out of dredgers. He's got a Faithless Looting, but he hasn't shown me red mana yet. Right? Attack more salvages, black mana. Okay, Gemstone Mine. Hardcast Narcomoeba I can live with. It's like on the one hand, there's some value in saving Flooded Strands to sack on the turn where I second Sunrise, but on the other hand, I'm not going to be able to save two of them. I'm going to need that mana, so let's go ahead and get Hallowed Fountain. Drew the Echoing Truth. Interesting. So the bridge doesn't do anything yet. Interesting. Lotus Plume's going to come down next turn. So I should play the bridge, cross my fingers, be disappointed that I still have 3 cards in my hand and he can still combo kill me. But what else am I going to do? Right, it sets me up to go reshape Lotus Bloom, reshape bridge, second Sunrise, attempts to win next turn. Yeah, it feels like I need to win next turn. Or I need to get my hand down under Ensnaring Bridge next turn. Either of which says play it now. Well, I'm definitely going to have a Lotus Bloom, so I may as well just get an island. I think I survived this turn. I mean, if one of these had been a cantrip and I was at 2 cards in hand, I would feel great about surviving. Like, this Ensnaring Bridge would be a real problem for him. 3 cards in hand, though, and the Ensnaring Bridge doesn't actually do much. Oh, I could have left up Echoing Truth. If I leave up Echoing Truth, I don't die. But I need this artifact to be in play. It's not like he has dredgers in his yard, right? Like, I have to actually advance my board position and not just slow him down. Yeah, he had no dredgers until he resolved the Faithless Looting. He's got 1 bridge. He does not have a Dread Return yet. He needs another card draw spell here, now that he's got dredgers in his yard. Which he could have. Looks like he does have. Okay, Tormenting Voice. This is officially scary. This Ensnaring Bridge line did not work out. He dredged Fate Stitcher, which I don't think he can get out yet. Is he 0 for... No, he has a Dread Return. He has a Sphinx. Yep, we're in trouble. He's got 1 bridge, 2 bridge, 3 bridge. Yeah, he's just... I should have left up Echoing Truth. It's actually an interesting question. Like, the way the game has played, I would be in much better shape if I had left up Echoing Truth. That doesn't mean it's correct to leave up Echoing Truth. It means that the Psychic play is to leave up Echoing Truth. Now, interestingly, is it correct to leave up Echoing Truth? I mean, the thing is, this Ensnaring Bridge only stops creatures from attacking me if they have 4 power. Crucially, these zombies still get to attack because I still have 3 stupid cards in my hand. Now, he doesn't have the Flamekin Zealot to give him haste yet, but he does have Sphinx of Lost Truths to let him draw 3 more, which means Dredge into a 32-card library. Now he has the Flamekin Zealot. And now he just needs a second Dread Return. Yeah, there's not a second Dread Return yet. There's not a second Dread Return yet. I don't think he hit a second Dread return. That's all he needs now. Did he actually whiff? He's got all the bridges. He's got the Flamekin Zealot to give everything haste. I think he whiffed on a second copy of Dread Return. There's 16 cards left in his library. I think he plays 3. He does. He plays 3. That is a pretty bad beat. But yeah, he whiffed on Dread Return. The last 2 copies are either they're in his hand, in which case he could have discarded them instead of Dredgers, but probably that was... he could have discarded them with Sphinx if they'd been in his hand. So they're not in his hand. Yeah, he discarded Grave Troll, Grave Troll, Grave Troll. There's 2 of the 3 copies of Dread Return hiding in the last 16 cards of his library, which means now we're in great shape. Lotus Bloom comes off suspend, and I get paid off for having this Ensnaring Bridge artifact in play so that I have something I can point my reshape at so that I can get a cantrip. Now, the tricky part with our draw is we don't have very many cantrips, right? All we have is, I mean, look, obviously we're obliged to go for it. Like, wait, are we obliged to go for it? I could sit on Echoing Truth and not go for it. How bizarre. Well, I should reshape an Ulcinate. No. That's bizarre. I can actually sit on Echoing Truth for his zombies. If I go for it here, it's not a high probability. We're in great shape mana-wise, but we're only drawing 1. I can reshape for a cantrip, like an Elsewhere Flask, and be drawing 2 cards. But if I second Sunrise and I only get to draw 2 cards, well, 3 cards because I got the 1 from reshaping, that's actually not very good. Also, there's no reason for me to go for it now that I have Echoing Truth. I mean, I might want to play Reshape. It's funny. On the one hand, I want to play Reshape to get down to fewer cards in hand, but on the other hand, there's no good artifact to sacrifice other than the Ensnaring Bridge, which defeats the purpose. So I'm just going to say go, and I'm going to Echoing Truth zombies during his combat. Hilarious. I mean, I may actually be able to deck him, honestly. Like, once he does his thing, there's not a whole lot of thing left. Oh, I should have done that inside of his attack before he attacked, so the Sphinx couldn't hit me. Misclicked. Not that 3 damage is likely to matter. Sure. Alright, Army of Bloodghasts. In theory, I can get Ensnaring Bridge down under Bloodghast, but it requires blowing my reshape. What a weird game. Okay, now we have another cantrip. Also, he can make a bunch of zombies with Flamekin Zealot. I have to assume that he can either hardcast Dread Return from his hand or dredge it into his yard. So If I reshape and have one card in my hand, what goes wrong? I don't know what goes wrong if I just blow this reshape for meaning, bad value. If I want to try to win the game, I reshape, sacking the Ensnaring Bridge, get a cantrip. I cast Second Sunrise, and I basically have 3 cards to find another Second Sunrise. That does not sound great. If I reshape, sacking something other than Second Sunrise, something other than the bridge, then I'm basically just betting that he can't kill an Ensnaring Bridge. I think that's a better bet. He does have cards in his sideboard that can kill an Ensnaring Bridge, but I haven't seen any of them. And I don't know that he would have brought any in. It's weird. Like, I mean, I can certainly reshape. Oh, I could also do a value Second Sunrise. Does that make any sense? Sort of. The problem is if I do a value Second Sunrise, I wind up with a bunch of cards in my hand, and my Ensnaring Bridge plan doesn't work. I think I should reshape Spellbomb for Spellbomb. Or I mean, reshape a cantrip for Spellbomb. What did I do? I needed to pay 1. I forgot how reshape works. Great. I have to get a Lotus Bloom because I'm reshaping for 0. I thought I got credit for the mana cost of the thing I was sacrificing. So I thought if I sacked a 1, I could get a 1. I just forgot how reshape works. I only get an X, so I was supposed to pay 1 there. I was supposed to get a Spellbomb so that I have another cantrip. Well, now we have infinite mana, which is still fine. I mean, the real point was to get under Ensnaring Bridge, which we've accomplished. And I wish I'd had a Chromatic Star in place, so I'd be drawing the card. Question is, if he can't beat Ensnaring Bridge, he can't beat Ensnaring Bridge, and none of the rest of this matters. I'm just going to deck him in 14 cards. It's funny, you normally do reshape for Lotus Bloom, which is why all my experience with reshape is getting Lotus Bloom. He's digging. He hasn't conceded. Just sort of a little bit scary. He does have a Nature's Claim. Wow. He does have a Nature's Claim. Hilarious. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I committed to this plan, right? Isn't this just the plan now? Hi, Ensnaring Bridge is back. I'm now all in on Ensnaring Bridge. Now it's a question of how many ways to blow it up did he bring in? Can he find another one? Because I'm out. I am all in on Ensnaring Bridge. I guess I'm going to hold my reshape because one card doesn't matter. I even gained life off the Nature's Claim, so him attacking me with 2s doesn't matter. Should he have a bounce spell or something? Like, he could easily have some sort of chain thing. Feel like him to bring in Nature's Claim against me. He was probably planning to just like mess up my turn 4 by Nature's Claiming Lotus Bloom in my upkeep or something. Wow. Yup. So I guess I should just... I mean, I should sack this to Prey. Reshape. I'm not actively dead unless... Oh, he found his Dread Return. Yeah, now Dread Return for Flamekin Zealot. Wow. Hats off to you, sir. Well played. Well played. Hats off to you, sir. Your mic's not live.
Good game, sir. Good
Wow.
game.
I had seen so many cards and you had no Ensnaring Bridges. No answers to Ensnaring Bridge that I just thought I could go all in on Ensnaring Bridge.
I only had 2 answers to it. Like, I didn't bring in any of the XX card. I forget the name. I didn't bring that in.
Oh, you didn't bring the Chalices in?
No, I didn't bring the Chalices in.
Okay. I had plenty of Chalice answers that time. But the Echoing Truths also break up your Flamekin Zealot. Wow, so I Echoing Truth to beat a kill via zombie tokens. And I Ensnaring Bridge locked you, defending it with a second Sunrise. And you just beat me anyway. Like, I definitely didn't pilot my deck optimally that game, but I don't think any of the things that I messed up mattered. Like,
if I had just drawn Dread Return, like second round.
I was dead. I knew when I tapped out for that Ensnaring Bridge that I was giving you a 1-turn window to just kill me, but I felt like I needed to advance my position. Like, I could have kept up Echoing Truth. Like, it is not clear to me whether tapping out for Ensnaring Bridge was correct from my seat, because it's possible I should just always leave up Echoing Truth and make sure that I can bounce all your zombies and your Flamekin Zealot kill.
Sure.
So that was one where, like, I made a play that I thought my play was just gonna lose me the game. I don't know if my play was right or not. I don't know. I feel like there's a 40% chance my play was right and a 60% chance I should have left up Echoing Truth.
There's no way your play is right. You play Ensnaring Bridge with 3. Like, if I just hit it, you just die, right?
I had to get an artifact into play. My hand has got Reshape and artifacts. Like, I have nothing to do. I needed something to sack to a Reshape so that I could have a chance of actually winning the game at some point.
So was your opening hand just bad?
Pardon?
Was your opening hand just bad?
You mean the one where I kept 0 land?
Oh. Yeah, that one.
No, that was the first. Was that the other game?
The second game. Yeah, no, like, you played lands.
No, I scryed into land. I didn't actually miss any land drops. I was correct to keep 0 land, but then I forgot to. That was the first game where I forgot to suspend the Lotus Bloom on turn 1 because I was all like, I correctly kept 6 card 0 land on the draw, scryed a plains to the top of my library, and then got like so wrapped up in what you were doing on turn 1 that I literally forgot to suspend Lotus Bloom. Didn't matter because you never gave me a 4th turn, so the fact that I played it to need a 5th turn didn't hurt me. But I don't think there were definitely multiple lines. in the second game. Like, tapping out for Ensnaring Bridge might have been just wrong, but you didn't punish me for it. And then...
I came close, my friend.
Yeah, I know. You definitely came close. And then what did I do? Oh, I meant to reshape for a cantrip instead of a second Lotus Bloom. So I guess we don't know.
Right. Oh, okay.
Oh, I could have reshaped for Nihil Spellbomb. That's what I should have done.
Oh, man.
If I reshape for Nihil Spellbomb and blow up your graveyard, though... The thing is, though, you still, I think, kill me with...
I have creatures on the board, though, right? Like, I have 10 power of creatures on the board. Like, that's just 2 turns.
I should have... So, again, I didn't pilot my deck optimally. I should have... I mean, it's always interesting. I find the decompression interesting just in terms of, like, understanding how these decks really work.
Sure.
Again, if you came here to see these decks piloted optimally, you're not in the right place. Like, we're trying to learn how modern no ban list works. And I feel like we're piloting them good enough to learn from. But I'm content with good enough.
Right. I mean, we call it a tournament, but this is really playtesting some decks
I'll
with a scoreboard.
Your deck designer, in fact, not just good enough.
Good enough.
I should have gotten Nihil Spellbomb. I now have figured out the answer to what I should have gotten with the reshape. I should have gotten the one of Nihil Spellbomb that I sideboarded in. Right. But, again, wiping out your whole graveyard there, I don't think it even matters. Like, you just kill me the next turn. Like, it gives me one draw step. I would have, like, 2 extra cards to try to, like, somehow stitch a win together. Because, like, I would have activated the Spellbomb as a response to you blowing up the Ensnaring Bridge the first time, gotten an extra card when I Sunrised back the Ensnaring Bridge, but I still lose to your second Nature's Claim unless one of my top 2 cards is an additional second Sunrise. Anyway.
Yeah.
Good games.
That was fun, and the deck you were rooting for made it in, so perhaps those mistakes were not fully...
A little
subconsciously.
Some slips in there.
That may have been what happened.
Yes. I definitely feel like the forgetting to suspend in the first game was because I cared more about your deck than mine. 100%.